Let's talk about some UFC fighters in each division that are ranked with a number that I don't think their skill matches. These are going to be fighters that it's pretty much what the video just says. They're going to have a number next to their name, and when you're thinking about this guy, you're not thinking about them as the X ranked number in or X ranked talent in that division, whatever the number ends up being. There's a lot of options that we can choose from. I picked one from each division. Yeah, there's a lot of options that we can do here. There are a lot that I wanted to pick. I wanted to pick people more at the top of the rankings or just egregiously in the spot that they are. If I picked everyone that was at like 15, I'd be like, oh, they're unranked. I'm like, well, obviously they're just outside the rankings. But we're going to start with flyweight. And dude, I get Amir Albazi has a win over Kai France. It's not really a win. We all watched that fight. We all know he lost. You can argue 49-46 Kai France in that fight. That was a robbery. Terrible decision. That's the best win that Amir Albazi has. He has another win over Alan Nascimento. Or is it Alice? I think it's Alessandro Acosta, which isn't a bad win. Guy that was never ranked. And then he gets a Kai France fight after that? Come on, man. Not impressive. This guy never fights, and I know it's like extenuating circumstances with his health and shit like that, but like, I'm not rewarding never fighting in the rankings still. Like, his last fight, he got destroyed by Moreno. Absolutely destroyed. And before that, he sat out for 18 months. He couldn't fight for 18 months, and he got to keep that top spot in the rankings. Then he gets matched up again with Tatsuro Taira, and once again does not show up to the fight. So at this point, he's not top. He shouldn't be number 4. I'm okay with him at like number 10 because he has the win over Kai France, but it was so long ago. Dude, that win over Kai France was over 2 years ago. It was over, I think it was in like May of 2023. It was in 2023. I think it was May, maybe June, but you don't just get to sit on that 4 spot when you haven't won in 2 years and you're never fighting, and the last time you were in the octagon, it looked like you couldn't do shit in the cage. So for that, I'd say I'd probably put him somewhere at the 10 position. He should not be at 4. Amir Albazi's the first pick. Now going to bantamweight, Chito Vera is not the number 7 ranked dude. Everyone that knows ball knows that Chito Vera's skill level is not a 7th ranked bantamweight skill. He's not. He smoked Dominic Cruz, okay. He also dismantled Rob Font, but Rob Font was getting out ahead of him in every single round, and then Chito would just drop him repeatedly after. So again, that's a good win, but again, that's his best win, was really over Rob Font. And that was back in 2022. I think it was April of 2022, 3 years ago. Then he, in the meantime, has lost a title fight to O'Malley that he got off of a Pedro Munoz win. Pedro Munoz was ranked 15. Chito beat him and then got a Sean O'Malley rematch because he fluked the win over O'Malley the first time. He got destroyed by Sandhagen, and somehow it was a split decision because Joel Ojeda has no idea how the fuck to score fights and was paid. Because they're like, oh, we have to promote Chito, dude. He's the NPC guy of the month. He got demolished by Corey Sandhagen. Demolished. Absolutely 50-45. Who else did he get fucking destroyed by? He lost to Figueiredo. So he's most recently lost to Figueiredo, got dismantled by O'Malley, beat Pedro Munoz back in August of 2023, 2 years ago. Before that, in April of 23, lost to Sandhagen. I mean, that's just not number 7 ranked worthy, dude. Batista deserves to be over him. I can't believe I'm saying that about Mario Batista, bro. You have all these other guys that are just like, he should be fighting down. And the inactivity too. He's been out for almost a year now. It's been a year. August 3rd was the last time he fought. It's been a year since he's been out. And it was coming off of 2 losses in a row. There are people that have won big fights that can pass you. So I know Umar's another option here at 2 because he's sitting there at the 2 ranking, just beating Sandhagen. But Sandhagen is getting a title shot, and he did have a close fight with Merab. So scars skill-wise, yes. Deservedness, no. But Chito Vera is not the 7th bat. Dude, I would take him to lose to a ton of people in the rankings, bro. I think he might lose to Vinicius Oliveira, which is crazy because Vinicius Oliveira doesn't move his head. But he's got a chin and he wings power. So it'd just be a grudge match, like an absolute slugger's fest. He loses to Mario Batista, dude. I'm so confident on that. He might lose to Cejudo. He might actually lose a fight to Cejudo. He might lose to Ayman Zahabi. So I'm gonna put Cheeto here as the guy for bantamweight. Moving on to featherweight. Yeah, you're does not deserve the 3 spot, bro. This guy also coming off 2 losses in a row. Oh, sorry. He has a win over unranked at the time Patricio Pitbull, who's now ranked 11. He 30-27's Pitbull after sitting out for over a year. Sat out for how long? He sat out for 14 months after getting subbed by Brian Ortega, who's ranked lower than him. 4 spot, but ranked lower than him. And losing to the champion Volk by finish. He's been finished twice in a row before the Pitbull win. Then before that, he has a win over Josh Emmett, number 10 ranked guy. Again, he's not beating anyone in this top 5. He loses to Mozart. He loses to Gene Silva. He loses to Ortega again in the trilogy. He loses to Ortega. He does. Loses to Arnold Allen. Probably loses to Lerone Murphy. Like, this guy is just... He's a great striker and he's entertaining to watch at times, but... He's not, like, the skill level is not number 3 ranked at featherweight, and he has no business being at the spot that he's ranked. So I'm also an absolute massive hater of Yair Rodriguez because he just never wants to fight the top guys. And when it's time for him to fight the top guys, he just, like, is nowhere to be found. And I sit out that way for my title shot. Goulon? No, fuck you right here. You're not the number 3 ranked featherweight, so I'm putting him there. Lightweight, how is Michael Chandler even still ranked, man? I get the guys that he lost to are good. Oliveira twice, Poirier, Gaethje, Pimlet. He beat Dan Hooker back 4 years ago. Over 4.5 years ago, he beat Dan Hooker. He loses to McGregor if McGregor walks in the octagon with him right now. He loses to everybody inside these rankings. Bahamondes, Grant Dawson. He probably is the only guy in this rankings list that loses to Benoit Saint-Denis. He loses to Fares Ziam. He loses to Chris Duncan. He loses to Mateusz Rumbeski. He loses to Esteban Ribovics. Chandler's got it. Like, he's a stepping stone. That's what he is. He's the right kind of guy to have as a stepping stone. Bro, he is not... If anything, you put him at 15 just to get someone into the rankings. You can't put him at 10 or 11. I think he's at 11. He's not the 11th ranked lightweight in the world, bro. That is crazy to me. Chandler, obviously on this list, bro. Overrated as hell. This guy hasn't won a fight since November of 22 against... May of 22 against Tony Ferguson. His last win was against Tony Ferguson, who after that lost to Bobby Green and Paddy Pimblett and Michael Chiesa. Dude, we forget the Chiesa loss. And Nate Diaz. Oh my God. Chandler needs to be out of the rankings, man. Needs to be. He's just not the level. He's just not. And that's going to bring us to the number 4 ranked welterweight. Brr. Fucking. Oh, I hate Leon, bro. I love to hate watch Leon Edwards. I love to hate watch Leon Edwards 100%. This guy stinks. Overrated as fuck. Beats the worst version of Colby Covington I've ever seen. Fluke head kicks Kamaru Usman. And then goes to an extremely close decision with him in the 3rd fight when Marty has no knees and he's scared of that head kick the whole time. Again, that was one of the worst versions of Kamaru Usman we had seen was in that trilogy. And then he goes out there and he gets dunked on his head by Bilal. Gets 49-46, 48-47 maybe. And then he gets dominated by Sean Brady. Like, dominated. Worse than anyone's been dominated. Worse than he's been dominated by anyone. Like, he's getting worse. He's the number 4 ranked guy because he was a champion against Unks. Going into that Edwards fight, he had beaten, like, Nate Diaz to get there. Gunnar Nelson, that war of a split decision. A no contest with Bilal. This guy was getting fucking title fights off of Nate Diaz wins, bro. I think he's the most overrated fighter in welterweight. Mickey Mouse title run, Mickey Mouse title shot, Mickey Mouse title wins. This guy is not the number 4 ranked welterweight. I can tell you, he loses to Michael Morales. He probably loses to Gilbert Burns, bro. I genuinely would pick Gilbert Burns over Leon Edwards at this point, I think. Loses to Shavkat. loses to Ian Gary, loses to Joaquin Buckley, loses in a rematch to Usman again. So confident in that. Loses to Pratis. Loses to Jeff Neal. Loses to Wonder Boy. This guy is not number 4 ranked at welterweight. So Leon Edwards, you've just made the list. Moving on, the number 2, I think, ranked guy. Sorry, yeah, the number 2 ranked guy they have. Bro, I'm off the Strickland wagon, I think, man. It was fun while it lasted. He's overrated as fuck. He's got jabs and a teep. He doesn't he's gotten worse since his fight with Adesanya. He had a close fight with Dricus the first time, then got mauled the second time. Had a terrible fight with Paulo Costa. He beat Abus, which is good. He has some good wins, but like to be ranked number 2 in this division, Khamzat destroys him. Imavov in a rematch destroys him. Cannonier beats him again. Even though Strickland could have arguably won that, but Cannonier will beat him right now. Costa, if he shows up like he showed up against Kopylov, he might win. I know it's hard to say considering that he just lost, but like that, the Costa one's stretch. But like, Brendan Allen's gotten better. Like, he might beat Strickland in a rematch. Like, I just don't think he's the number 2 ranked guy. I don't think he's close. I think Baralho beats him. I do. I really do. So I'm gonna put Strickland here. Being the number 2 ranked guy with a jab and a teep is crazy. He was a former champion, but had a shit fight with Paulo Costa. Shit fight with Paulo Costa. This guy loses to Whitaker too, by the way. Loses to RDR. There's no way, bro. I can name 6 guys. I'll name a bunch of guys better than him right now. Number 1 contender after DDP being champ. Imavov, Khamzat, probably Izzy. No, Izzy lost to Strickland too, so I still don't put... I think Izzy at 4 is crazy, but I've had so many people that are ranked 4 in there that I didn't want to do that again. RDR, Whitaker, Izzy, Baralho, Cannonier, then maybe Strickland. That's how I honestly feel in terms of skill and talent. Time will tell. Time will tell, but I'm putting Strickland here, dude. Being the number 2 ranked is crazy. Khalil Roundtree, number 4 ranked. Again, I can't escape these 4s, but bro, you guys know that there is nothing better than hate watching Khalil Roundtree for me. And it's been bad because he went to war with Pereira and then he beat my Pookie Bear, Jamal Hill, bro. First of all, I'll never forgive you for that. Second of all, I think he's overrated as fuck still, dude. I think he gets so much glaze, and I still think he's overrated as fuck. He's got good Muay Thai. No way this guy actually defends a solid takedown artist, which we don't have any. This guy gets schooled by Dom Reyes. 100% he gets schooled by Dom Reyes. He loses to Yuri. He's going to lose to Yuri badly. He loses to Big Ank badly. He got smoked by Pereira and Wood. This guy might be the actual perfect way for Rakic to get a win. Rakic might lull this guy to sleep, bro. Azamat Mirzakhanov probably schools this guy. I watched Dustin Jacoby beat this guy. Dude, I think he's so overrated, man. I'm not a Khalil Roundtree fan either, so I'm putting Roundtree in here. You will never convince me that Khalil Roundtree's elite. You will never convince me that Khalil Roundtree's the elite of the elite. I know Rogan wants to tell you about all the times he went to, Thailand and won those Muay Thai competitions and how he used to be a fat kid and now it's inspirational, but you'll never get me to like Khalil Roundtree, bro. I'm sorry. I'm the only real Batman around here, bro. And lastly, dude, how is Tai Tuivasa? Tai Tuivasa's ranked 10. This guy is ranked 10 in heavyweight, being 300 plus pounds. He has to cut 100 pounds to make weight. This guy's 300 plus. This picture is skinny Tai Tuivasa. This is slender Tuivasa, bro. Come on. Cut this guy. He's shit. He's lost 5 in a row. Pavlovich, again, not a bad loss because it's fucking Pavlovich. Tybura. Who else? Gone. There's others. He's lost a ton in a row. But, dude, Rosenstrike, who somehow got cut instead of Tuivasa. Get this guy cut. He's over 300 pounds. He shouldn't be the number 10 ranked guy. He just drinks beer out of a shoe, and that's why you like him. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. These are all the fighters who aren't as good as the number or the ranking number next to them says. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, please like and subscribe.